caused the virus to jump from one species to another. So, a lot of people have to consider is that wild birds have always contained a low pathogen form of the bird flu for centuries. But due to modern day farming and these very cramped and dirty conditions, this basically creates the perfect environment for this virus to mutate and create variants. And a lot of people don't know too as well is that unlike Australia and other countries around the world, the US cattle is allowed to be fed chicken waste. So this has definitely shocked a lot of people that the US is one of the few countries that actually allows their cattle to be fed chicken waste. And this is exactly how mad cow disease spread throughout England because they basically turned cows into meat eaters by feeding them sheep. And of course, too, the prion disease, scrapie, has been detected in sheep for over 300 years. So, this is some negligence as far as, this popular method of feeding cows, meat. So this is a alarming situation because scientists want to prevent the next mad cow disease occurring within America. Definitely some shocking correlations. And then there's also a whole lot of criticism because people are comparing what China did in regards to their response during the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic with a whole lot of limited information, lackluster data and statistics that really didn't paint a clear picture of what was exactly going on during the early days of COVID-19. And people say that America is doing the same exact thing with this bird flu and all of these zoonotic disease by not providing a whole lot of statistics and data and really a clear picture as far as exactly how this virus is spreading and how it's impacting human and human contamination. So, definitely some shocking similarities. And of course, the world's increasing demand for meat basically created this new variant of the bird flu. So, global meat production has quadrupled since 1951, and it's estimated that humans produce over 320 million tons of meat each year. And this number is expected to shoot towards 570 million tons of meat each year by 2050. So, definitely some shocking statistics in regards to the demand for meat globally. It's only increasing and increasing more as the population also increases worldwide, too. So, and then, of course, what's going on is that we have mass productions and mass economies of scale. And when you have this combination, this usually always leads to a downfall in quality. And that's exactly what's going on with our animal farm agriculture system because what we're trying to do is that we're trying to meet a increased demand due to the increasing population, but our system is not being updated. So we have all of these animals packed into a small location in order to meet mass demand and economies of scale. And of course, this leads to a reduction in the quality of the system. So, this is why we need more quality agricultural systems within the US that contain a lot more sustainable methods and so forth, because we're basically heading towards a road that will lead to a disaster if we don't change the way that we farm animals and so forth. So, this is definitely a road that's going to lead to a major catastrophe. And the only way that the system is going to change because this system is also part of our culture because we love convenience in America. We love fast food. We love everything quickly. So, this is why companies have to match this culture and this demand of American people by creating these mass economies of scale. But this is a disastrous situation when you do this with animals. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, what type of mitigations are taken because pumping animals with antibiotics will not be enough, especially as these animals become more prone to antibiotics. And of course, once the body becomes immune to these antibiotics, it's going to be very interesting to see what we do in regards to our agricultural system because it's going to take a major outbreak like COVID 19, where millions and millions of people die, in order to really change and update our agricultural system. But there has to be more sustainable farming methods implemented because we're basically heading towards the worst disaster in human history. One of the worst viruses ever roam the earth or to enter nature will come from these vastly packed, dirty, cramped conditions of these animal farms. But very interesting topic. But thank you so much for listening to the one and only Twilight Mysteries. We definitely think outside of the box and we challenge the mainstream. But thank you.